there's the green light. Let me go post this over here. Whoops, not yet. Let's go post this on Twitter, and let's go post this on the website. Website is jollyrogerukulele.com, and we're going to be playing today from jollyrogerukulele.com. We're playing today's Tin Pan Alley Tuesday, and today's tunes are By the Light of the Silvery Moon, by the light of the silvery moon. A short little tune. Well, both of them are relatively short today, so we probably won't spend the full hour working on them. 1909, and it sounds like it's from 1909, not uncoincidentally. And then we're also playing Dream a Little Dream of Me, Dream a Little Dream of Me from 1930, and it's about as silly as the other one. Let me go, I put these on the wrong line. Let me go move this to here and then update it once again. I just finished these arrangements this morning, so they may have typos. I don't know. We'll find out. And then the rest of the week we have Celtic music going on, and so we're playing a bunch of stuff in preparation of St. Patrick's Day, and hopefully that will all be Tin Pan Alley Tuesday and By Last Dream a Little Dream of Me. Okay, so link is working. Let's go tweet. Let's see. https:// Roger Ukulele. I should have picked. I don't think you can pick shorter names anymore. I think all of the good names are gone. Jolly Roger Ukulele. And then let me go grab a skeleton to put on this. Tuff-er skeleton and tweet. I'll have to make a sign for Tin Pan Alley Tuesdays. I don't have one of those yet. Alright, so there we go. That's Twitter is done. And what else we got going on? That's it. That's all I know. Everybody else is already piled in. Let's get going on this. It's 1:08 already. Get 11. Where does the time go? Where does the time go? By the Light of the Silvery Moon ukulele version. First up, please. And I know I downloaded them. Let me go over here. Download ukulele. Scroll. We've got too many songs, you guys. Beautiful Dreamer. By the Light of the Silvery Moon. Ukulele. Alright. Dated March 2nd. Today is March 2nd. That tells you how on top of things I am. I'm madly scrambling. I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get all of my sheet music done. That's not good. Things are not going well. Alright. Things are going great. Elizabeth's in. She says sound is good. Sandy's in from Michigan. Having a better day up there today. Kay Miller, dream in love with Dream a Little Dream. Oh, that makes me happy, Kay. Kay spent a lot of years with me, and Kay is probably very jaded about the fact that she has to spend time with me. But every now and then she says, well, I guess at this moment I now know that I can still make her fall in love with an arrangement. Sherry's in today. Sherry is busy laying around the house, hooked up to hopefully an opioid drip of some sort. Glad you're here, Sherry. If you have any opioids left over, let me know. I'm not addicted, but I'm sure a fan. Let's see. No, years ago I had a kidney stone. Oh my God. Well, I've had 3 since, but the first one was the worst one, and I went to the hospital, and I'm crying, and I'm bundled up, and I've never had one before, and I'm like, well, this is it. I'm going to die, and I'm thinking, going through the list in my head, let's see, what things do I need to make sure Donna knows about before I'm dead? And so the doctor comes in, he asks me these questions. He's like, oh, you have a kidney stone. We're going to run an MRI, but we know what you got. And they gave me a shot of Dilaudid, and I swear to God, on that is how you want life to be. You just want to be there. It was just like, oh, Everything's gonna be fine. You can see why people get addicted to that stuff. It's unbelievable. So, anyway, glad you're here, Sherry. Bruce, back in Virginia, 49 degrees. That sounds about right. Marianne up in sunshine up in Michigan today. That's not right. Good for you. Glad you're here. Ronnie down in New Mexico, still 62 down there. It's been kind of cold in New Mexico. That's crazy. Donna and I are starting to debate possibly going to Santa Fe once we get our 2 shots in, spending a weekend down in Santa Fe. Primarily because of, if you don't know, if you've never been to Santa Fe, there's a thing called red chili and green chili, and it is not like the red chili or green chili that you have in your neighborhood. It is on a whole nother level of awesome, and we miss it, so we may go down to Santa Fe here once again, if I ever get eligible for his shots. Let's see, Diane is in today. Evelyn, major thunderstorm. Geez, the riverbanks were overflowing. Holy Moses, Evelyn, that's legit. Glad you're making it. Put your galoshes on while you're playing, just in case. Cindy's in. Hola to you. Terry, beautiful weather today here on the east side of Denver. We're going to call you Cheeseman Park. Our east side of Denver makes it sound like you're on the other side of Colorado Boulevard. And, of course, you don't want to be on the east side of Colorado Boulevard. Nothing positive happens over there. Chris is in. Chris is recuperating. Good to see you, Chris. Valerie, Ann from Illinois. Valerie's been able to make it to several classes today. She got a crazy schedule up there. Laurel, we're having a beautiful day here. Bob, beautiful day in Kentucky. How do you get to the Monday night playing? I am a member. Go log into the website, Bob. Make sure you're logged in first, and then just click on Member Portal. I want to make sure I'm telling you the truth. Just click on Member Portal, and that I'm doing it right now to make sure I'm not lying to you. Log in first, that's the key. Then click on Member Portal, and at the bottom of that page it says click here for members only sheet music. I click on that, and then the members only page opens up. The only way that page opens up is if you are already logged in. So you want to log in first and then click into the members portal. And then there's a young lady who's arriving at Heathrow Airport, or maybe a train station that says Brexit this way, European Union that way. I think that might be a joke. I'm not positive there's a sign that says Brexit anywhere. And then all of the Monday night sheet music is on there. We have 10 jazz tunes on there, both ukulele and baritone right now. We had a tremendous night last night, and really a lot of fun. So hopefully you can get logged in there correctly, Bob, and participate in there. Sunny and warm in Northern California. Jennifer says beautiful sunny 50s for the next 10 days in what? 10 days of nice weather in Chicago? That doesn't sound right. Janice she's moving into autumn already. Cool. And Cindy, isn't that crazy? Good to see you, Janice. Jacqueline is here. She's local. Cat listening in today. Shh. Supposed to be working on a grant. Probably ought to work on that grant, Cat. Tanya's in from Florida, right? No, Georgia. She's a longtime baritone player. Linda in from Vancouver, North Carolina. Gosh darn it, North Carolina. Let's see. Today is March 33. I know, almost a whole year on the pandemic, you guys. Yeesh. All right, Dennis, good to see you. Oh, thanks, Kate. That's nice. Dennis is in from Toronto. I'm an educator. Yeah, that's what I'll tell them. Hey, I'm a teacher. And they'll say, what do you teach? And I'll say, you don't want to know. It's a secret. Linda, good for CA in from Maui. Fran from SoCal. Carolyn from Western Colorado. There are some lovely delis east. There's some lovely delis east of Colorado Boulevard. Well, there might be, but there's also Aurora on the east side of Colorado Boulevard, and you don't want to accidentally go there. All right, great song. All right, yeah, we do have great songs. If you are not a member of the website, here, just listen to this. All of Me, As Time Goes By, Beyond the Sea, Blue Moon, Fly Me to the Moon, Girl from Ipanema, La Vie en Rose, Moon River, Smile, What a Wonderful World. That was just from last night, right? That's just the stuff we worked on. We didn't work on all that last night, but that's just the stuff that you could be working on at your house. Coming down the road, Harlem Nocturne, Misty, Moonglow, My Funny Valentine, Nature Boy, Stella by Starlight, and They Can't Take That Away From Me. Those are ones that are going to for sure happen by the time we get into summer or until the time Janice gets into winter. So, seriously, nice stuff. All right, guys, let's get these Tin Pan Alley tunes knocked out today. I was rushing around this morning, and I hope I got them right. We'll find out. By the Light of the Silvery Moon, I think 1909, right? That's sort of early Tin Pan Alley. It would have been slightly before ukuleles became a thing on the mainland. I put it in, I believe, if I remember right, the time we did this before, it was in B flat. I raised it up to C, and I think it plays a little bit easier for most of us, and will certainly be able to make a lot more sense for the baritone players backing us up, because the chords are not quite as insane. As you know, I often have to make choices on keys based on what will fit on the ukulele. The further you raise the chords up to allow you to have more chording means that the less room that you have to fit the melody in, and so it starts creeping up the neck a little bit. And so there's always this, basically, I have the standard ukulele keys. I put almost everything in, either C or G or D or A. Those are my four first choices in major keys to put stuff in, and so I try to draw this balance between how low does it need to be and how high can I let it go. And so this one only goes up to 8, and I think it plays pretty well. And so let's find out, shall we? Patty, good morning, Patty. Marianne, don't knock Aurora. I have family there. And so, Marianne, this is the joke, okay? Remember, joke, okay? Joke. You have family in Aurora? Are they in the meth business? And joke, okay? Back in the day, and Aurora's actually got lots of nice areas, but it kind of got a reputation as being a bit of a dangerous place. It's not like that anymore, right? Aurora's great. Don't knock Aurora. I have family there. Oh gosh. All right. By the Light of the Silvery Moon. Let's go. Let's grab the chords. Everybody. 1, 2, 3. By the light, 2, 3, 4, 1 of the silvery moon. 2, 3, 4, 1. I want to spoon to my honey all crew loves to honeymoon. Keep a shining in June. Your silvery beams will bring love's dreams. We'll be cuddling soon by the silvery moon. Go to the top. By the light of the silvery moon, want to spoon to my honey all crew loves to honeymoon. Keep a shining in June. Your silvery beams will bring love's dream. We'll be cuddling soon by the silvery moon. All right, so it's not much of a song, right? Not a lot there. One of the things that's sort of typical with Tin Pan Alley music, guys, is they used to put on these ridiculous, sappy, unbelievably dumb verses, and then you would get the chorus, right? And then the chorus was always very Tin Pan Alley-like, very fun. And so what we do in the modern times is we just cut off the verses and throw them away and give you just the chorus. and I have plenty of other tunes that we'll be working on that are really, really long tunes. And these days, I don't even look at the intros and the verses and all this, because inevitably it's about grandmother and she's sweet and she wore a polka dot dress, whatever. And then you get this really fun little chorus. And so we're after the choruses for the most part on this music. There is a great deal of criticism about us doing that, but if you listen to modern music, what they do is they have minimized the number of verses and maximize the number of times they repeat the chorus, and so nothing new going on here, nothing to see here. It's just the way it works. No reason to run through the melody overly. If you're playing ukulele, enter a newer player. When we get ready to play as a group, play melody, right? You don't need to play tough uke all of the time. And with this song, I think for sure this is a great one where you would have somebody playing melody, somebody playing chords, being a little silly, and you'd have something really fun here. Let's see. Laurel says Doris Day and Gordon McRae did an awesome duet of this song in the movie of the same name. Duet. Okay. All right, so the chords are not tough. Let's go through, talk about the tough uke. You baritone players, you're listening in, because we're going to do the same exact thing on yours. So 0, 1. Okay, and then C chord. Now, I just put those in there because I just put those in there. You could do something else. Whatever. I just put some space holders in there. The problem with this key, I really want to move it into a key where I can get 3 strings on the chord, but then it ends up way up the neck, and it just didn't seem like it was worth it to work that hard on this song. So from the top again, 1, 2, 3. I should mention, I just grabbed the index finger to grab the C chord there at 3, which we were actually just working on this exact thing in Yankee Doodle in the previous class, 3, 5, 7. If you go in to play that little section in 3rd position, you're going to be a whole lot more successful than if you end up with your ring on 3, and now you have to get your pinky onto 5 and 7. You're going to be much less likely to hit that correctly. So then you only have to make a little stretch with your pinky, and you're a lot more likely to be successful. Let's go for measure 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 5, 3, G7. D minor on 5, that's a bar on 5, ring finger on 7. And now you've got the high C. We don't do this one a lot. Bar on 7, F shape in front, that's your high C, and notice you're going to be working your pinky to death afterwards. To get this right, C chord, you're already holding down the 8, pinky on 10. You're going to have to probably drop your middle finger to get that 8 on the high string. Okay, and if you hate doing that, just play the melody line there. Just hit the C chord on 7 and then ditch your chord and play 3, 5, 8. It's a lot easier for some of you. Okay, so bar on 7, hit your middle finger's already down, add your pinky to get the 10, drop your middle finger on the first string to get the 8, and then put it right back on the chord. And so that one is, your 8's already down, pinky on 10, the 7 is correct on the first string, and then 10, 8. Now, probably throughout, in some places I put the swing time, which is the dotted 8th note followed by the 16th note. Probably everywhere you can get away with doing that, you should do that. I didn't put it everywhere, but I did put it in a few places. Okay. And then this is when you're going to hate. Bar on 2, pinky on 7. Okay. Now, let's talk about this for just a moment. You hate this. I hate this. Everybody hates this. You cannot do this on a guitar. That's why we do it on ukulele. Guitarists should love to be able to do something like that. There's no way they can reach that far, but we can. And it might not be easy or fun, or might not feel so great, but you get to do this. G7. Let's go back to the top. Go. Whoops. I'll get it right yet. Second ending. I'd like to play it one more time. So obviously, for me anyway, probably for you as well, getting measures 13 and 14 right. That's going to be the challenge. Melody, of course, goes way up the neck, and so you got to end up dealing with sort of complicated chord shapes. So if we can get 13, 14, 15 cleaned up, then you got another song that you can just play. Okay, from the top. Let's see. Jennifer says it's Dora's Day. She also sang Dream. Oh, did she do both? All right. See, we're doing a Dora. We'll have to do a Dora's Day week when we got. She also does. What's the one that she does? Say la vie, not say la vie. Que sera sera. We'll have to do that one. All right. I think I worked it up one time. From the top, 2 times through. 1, 2, 3. Top. Second ending. There we go. Lovely, right? That works. I don't see anything wrong with that arrangement. Que sera sera. Que sera sera. That was the Dora's Day one I remember. All right. Let's grab the baritone version of this. Let's put the ukulele players to work on chords. By the Light of Silvery Moon, Baritone. There it is. All right. Same exact thing, different key. Okay. Ukulele players, you got G chord, C chord, A minor, your D7. Remember, that's just these two guys for D7. E minor is here. D7, G minor, A minor. A chord, index and middle. And that's it. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Ukulele players on chords, baritones, you got choices. Gotta move my thing here. I'm realizing all day today I've been trying to sit up taller when I could just adjust the camera. Alright, I'm supposed to be sitting like this so you can see what I'm up to. Apparently people watch that. From the top. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Something bad is going on here. Alright, I'm ready for my music theory test. I don't know anything about it, but I do know when stuff sounds bad. From the top. 1, 2, 3. The top. Second ending. That's a fun tune. That's a fun little tune. Not a lot there, but what's there is good. So nice. All right, let's go grab. Let's stay on baritones since it's strapped around my neck. Let's go grab the other one, Dream a Little Dream. Downloads, baritone, Dream a Little Dream. Dream a Little Dream of Me. So apparently we're doing an impromptu Doris Day. And now this is a lot more substantial tune. Not so much in a lot of different ways. So let's talk about a few things in this and make sure we know what's going on here. First, Dream a Little Dream is for baritone players, you're in the key of E. Ukulele players, you're going to be in the key of A. Okay, so this business here is going to come up. Now, when you go into this shape in this particular instrument, you know you're going to see a lot of fours, and that means that your fours are going to end up being a lot more pinky use than you might be accustomed to. I would tell you, having tried to fight this rule for a decade, that you don't want to fight that rule. You really do want 1, 2, 3, 4, and you really do want to play fours with your pinky. Not necessarily all of them, but the vast majority of fours should be played with your pinky. So when we're looking at this one, I'm going to run through the chords separately here in just a second, but I want to talk about what happens when you have a lot of pinky. Okay, so if you're looking at the Tuff uke on the baritone version, okay, but ukulele players, yours will be the same. Just hang with me. So I'm going to do this. Now I've got. So it's stars shining brighter. Okay, so if you're using your pinky, then it's you got to get comfortable with your pinky being a thing, and then it's not hard after that. Okay, those fours are an obvious exception. You're going to do a little mini bar on those fours. Okay, notice that your real chord is a B7 here, or an E7 for ukulele. One of the things that I have a tendency to do is I really like this shape, and so I have a tendency to play an open E7 in B7 in this case with my 4 up here, okay, which is hard to do and doesn't necessarily sound that great. But if you drop in, you know how you have your D7 ukulele players? Well, your E7's right here, and for baritone players, this is your A7. That puts you a B7 right here, and so now all I gotta do is just those 4 strings. It sounds a little bit better, little easier to play than that one. And that's why when I talk about open chords not necessarily being, I love the sound of open chords, but there are lots of times when you're going to use a bar chord because it's just a little bit easier to play. And so and you guys know you've already done a million bars. It's just part of who you are. Okay, measure 2 is the next thing. Here's the thing that's a little bit of a bummer on this song. It only happens once too. You know how you got your C7 shape for baritone and your F7 shape for ukulele. Index, and take this, add your middle finger here. This goes back to Home on the Range, I think. What song do we have F7s in? Love Me Tender. It goes back to Love Me Tender. You've got this shape, and sometimes we'll put the pinky here. What you're really doing is this B7 or E7 shape on ukulele, and you're sliding it up 1 and putting your index in here. So now it's officially a bar chord. Okay, that's your C7 or F sharp, C sharp 7 or F sharp 7 on baritone. And you don't, at this moment, let me say that again correctly. This is the F7 shape for ukulele and the C7 shape for baritone. And you have option whether you can use your pinky here or not, but you don't have to. If you slide this thing up, it's really lovely. And we've used that quite a bit. This shows up in Ain't She Sweet. The challenge here is that our melody note is in a difficult place. The melody note's a 1, so I have to give you this bar here, and then we're going to do this shape with the wrong fingers, up 1, add the bar in down here. Okay, whisper that I love you. So that's whole measure there. Measure 4 will probably encompass all of the same amount of time it takes you to play the rest of this tune. I do everything I can to avoid those situations, but this one's not going away. I changed to all different keys trying to get rid of measure 4 is just a bummer on this song. Okay, so just know how I would approach it is I would do this one down, this one down, this one way up here, and this one way out there, and then be ready to move it immediately down to the pinky. Okay. Also, at the end of 4, it's just a quarter note, but you're probably going to want to add on a little bit of a fermata there when you're playing solo. Whisper I love you, birds singing in the sycamore trees, right? So you're probably going to want to put on a little bit of a fermata at the end of 4, and we'll see how it goes when we actually play it as a group. Next measure, straight up bar. And then this ninth shape, we talked about ninth shapes last night a little bit. A lot of times the ninth shape will take the shape of an let's call this a seventh chord. You know, normally you have for E7 or A7, you slide it up 1, you end up with this seventh shape. But the ninth chords will then add in this tone. So that's a cool ninth sound, right? The other way you'll see them in ukulele is the bars here, middle and ring finger are reversed, basically. Okay. Another ninth sounding one. And then the other ninth shape that shows up, and it shows up here in this one, is index finger on the second string, and then surrounded by all of the ones 1 fret up, 2, 4, 3, and 1. Okay. Sounds cool, right? Okay. Da, da, da. And then measure 7. Go back to the main chord. And then you've got this F sharp 7 on measure 7 is really exactly what I was talking about before. It's just really going to sound like a ninth chord. And then you got to, and here's the thing, that's the reason why I had to put it in this key. You got a 9. Slides back to his 4-4-4-7. Okay. Then you're going to repeat the sections 1 through 8. And then, yeah, I didn't think of these chords, guys. They just show up. And then when you come back down, skip 7 and 8, obviously, and then you're going to play 9 to the end. And I'm trying to remember if there's anything in particular. The second half of the song is quite a bit easier to play than the first part. And typical Tin Pan Alley arrangement, A-A-B-A. So you're going to play the top again, then you can play something different, and that's that middle section from that goes from measure 9 through measure 20. That's the bridge, that's the B section, and then it goes back to the A section to finish up. So if you guys will play chords with me, those of you on baritone, either play melody or tough uke, will go nice and slow. This is a relatively new song for me, and so I'm probably going to mess it up pretty good. Let's see what we do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Back to the top. It's really, really surprisingly challenging for a very short little song, because the chord structure is very complex, and and there's a couple of notes in here that are like, that note feels totally wrong, but when you sit and listen to it in context, it really works. So this is one of those songs where you should take your time playing it nice and slow. Let's switch over to the ukulele version so you guys get an opportunity to try that, and then we'll be done for the day. We will play this again on Friday, along with whatever the other one, by the light of a silvery moon. And hopefully you have fun with this stuff, right? At some point, if you're like, no, I can't stand any more music from 1920, you'll let me know, and then I will probably ignore you. But I definitely want to know if this is a fun thing for you, because I adore these songs. And so I tend to push stuff on you that I like. People are like, you need to do more classical music, and I'm like, I'm not sure we do. And then I say things like, you need to do more Tin Pan Alley music, and you're like, I'm not sure we do. And I'm like, well, you don't really have a choice. Let's see, OPQR, Dream a Little Dream of Me on ukulele. All right, let's give it a try. Love it on the baritone, but my pinky is numb. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Jennifer. I think I mentioned it before. Basically, this pinky hurts all of the time. All the time. So, yeah. I got it. I got you. All right. Dream a Little Dream of Me on ukulele. Baritone players, these are not necessarily your favorite chords. And so baritone players, you may want to go through and just decide, this is a song I might sit out, right? These are definitely much more challenging chords for a baritone player than the other direction for ukulele players. So this might be one where you say, you know what, I'm going to let you guys do the duet. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. All right. All right, let's give it a try. Not fast, guys. It's set at 100. I think probably 70 to 80 is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't that 3 sound wrong? At the top? Whoops, I played it in the wrong measure. Sorry, let's go back. I played it in the first ending. I blew it. Let's start at the top, second ending. From the top, second ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second ending. like that song. I like that arrangement. I think overall it's pretty playable. A couple of moments in there you're going to have to work on. But for the most part, both of the tunes today, a little bit of time, and you'll get two more really nice songs. All right, well, very quickly, let me just talk about our future in ukulele here. I like to say that. I think it's funny. This week, I have. I'm hoping today goes well. I have a boatload of songs that I got to get cranked out here over the next 4 hours, 5 hours. I have not started on In the Gloaming, but I do have a piece of sheet music from, I don't know, it looks like it's about 400 years old. And I also found a pretty decent start on Arun Shul. So I'm hoping to get both of those out to you tomorrow. If I fail, I fail, and we'll squeeze in one of the one of the ones from last week. But I'm going to try really hard to get that done. I also have a really nice version of Water is Wide coming for Thursday, and then I've got a question mark as to what else we're doing on Thursday. We'll just see what I have a chance to get to this week. I'm running short on time, unfortunately. The end of the week, right, is we have still a whole nother week. No, we don't. 12, 13, 14, 15. So we only have 3 days next week to continue to get our St. Patrick's Day work in, and then we may suspend next Tuesday as a Tin Pan Alley Day and just do St. Patrick's Day stuff. But we'll see how much I can get done. And you got to go out. You guys are fine. You got plenty of good music on here, and then. By the way, if you have not signed up for a membership, I've been getting kind of weird questions about memberships and stuff on the website. Please let me know if you're confused or struggling with getting to become a member. It is the really good stuff is going to be for members going forward. I just have to make sure that stays behind the firewall for the most part. And we do have 276 songs on the site right now, 276 pieces of sheet music. So there's plenty that you don't have to be a member for, but the good stuff here is really in the pay area. And so I want you to give that some serious thought about doing that. All right, there we go. That's all I know about ukulele. Two more or less brand new arrangements, and hopefully they're playing well for you. Go out, and enjoy them and play them. We'll play them again on Friday. Friday we got a crazy amount of songs. We won't get to everything on Friday, of course, but we'll get to lots of it. So I hope you're having fun with ukulele. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Keep being safe, you guys, and channeling Mama Cass. Oh, how funny. I was unaware that that was one of her songs. Let's see. Cindy, love the baritone chords. Good. Jennifer, I love the baritone. Pinky is numb, right? Yeah, also, Sandy's down with these songs. These are tough, guys. I mean, it's advanced level music, right? You don't need to go play Beethoven. Beethoven makes sense. Go find some guy who is some sort of New York cracker, and he's just out there doing some crazy stuff and writing some tunes, right? Those guys. This is hard music. This is jazz. This is the beginnings of jazz, right? So it's going to be tougher than some of the classical stuff that we do. Let's see. Kat says it's pretty. Thanks, Kat. Ronnie, how do you do D9 on a uke? Let's look it up. Here's how we do it. 9. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you my secret code. And then I go to high G, find chords, D, D9. All right. So choices. Probably they're giving me this one as well. That's just a bar. Oh, that's what they're telling. Bar on 2, middle finger on the first string, 3rd fret, ring finger, 4th string, 3rd string, 4th fret. That's your D9. That's how I'd play it. Looking at my other choices, I don't like any of them. There's some up the neck, but that's the closest to the. This is the lowest version I would do. Hopefully that's helpful, Ronnie. Linda says it's doable. Yeah, nice, excellent. Laurel, awesome, good to see you. Carol, that's really beautiful. Jennifer, sounds like Gershwin-y. You know, it's fascinating. Those guys were hanging out in New York City trying to compete with one another, and yeah, sometimes they sound Gershwin-y. That's a great phrase. Gershwin, obviously the most popular and most successful of all of the writers during that period. But they were all doing, they're all competing. It's a little like studying classical music. We only know Mozart, right? Those of us who are, grew up in the mud. But a lot of guys doing exactly the same thing, just not the most famous, and so we don't hear about them at all. Similar with Shakespeare, right? A lot of amazing stuff written during that period. We only read one guy, though, because he's the best. Let's see. Diane's into both tunes. Jacqueline, good to see you. Linda, not so hard after all. Well, good. I'm glad it's not so hard for you guys. They're killing me. Evelyn, thanks again for organizing us. It's a pleasure when we're indoors. Yeah. Well, especially when you're flooding the entire country, Evelyn. So, yeah. I think being inside's fine. Chris, good to see you. Cindy, it's a pleasure even if we're not Cindy, you're supposed to be confined. Stop gadding about. 1920 term, gad about. Jennifer, another St. Patrick's song. McNamara's Band. Oh, I've heard of McNamara's Band. I'll have to look that one up. Janice, lovely songs and nice chords too. Yeah, a lot of fascinating shapes that we get to do. Ninth chords are not so bad on ukulele. Sherry, good to see you. Sandy, awesome, good to see you. Elizabeth, nice tunes. You're welcome, Elizabeth. Thanks, Kat. I'll see you soon. Go write your grant. Nancy, many thanks. Yeah, good to see you, Nancy. Fran, it's fun to have. I'm just continuing to crank them out, Fran. Just continue. I don't know what else I'd be doing with myself. Probably, getting a job at a bank. Fran, good to see. Let's see. You're welcome, Fran. Terry. She's been not east of Colorado. Oh, Terry. You know what I'm talking about, Terry. You feel a little nervous when you go on the other side of Colorado Boulevard. Let's see. Gus Kahn lived in Chicago. He wrote the lyrics for. Yeah, Gus Kahn, I think, was a pretty famous lyricist from that period. I see his name on a lot of stuff, so he was doing okay. He must have been quite the poet. Either that or he's just fun to hang around with. Ronnie, good to see you. Thanks. You take care. And Jennifer, Gus Kahn started writing lyrics. Oh, he wrote the lyrics for Gershwin. Well, that's. I guess if Gershwin called you up and says, "Hey, I need some lyrics," you're like, "Okay, all right, I can do that." Okay. All right, guys. That's enough. I want to pull the plug. You have a wonderful day. Keep playing ukulele. It's a good thing. It will lead to greater and better ukulele. It just leads to more ukulele as far as I can tell. And I'll see all of you guys tomorrow. Pulling the plug. Bum, bum.